Okay, so now what we are going to do is to talk about how we can declare a variable of some structure type that we've just defined in one of our previous videos, okay? So if you want some strict, easy way to understand the rules and how you can create a variable of a defined structure template, here it is. So first of all, you use the struct. Okay, you first use the word struct, then you specify the template, okay, the template structure name that you want to use, just like we've created previously, structure template point, structure template date, and structure template address, for example. So, for example, if we have, where it is here, oh, not a pen, but a laser pointer. So, basically, if previously we had created our date structure and we want to create a date structure variable to declare it, what we are going to use is simply struct, okay, just like the formula written here, okay, so that will be our formula, okay, on how to declare a variable struct. And then what we are going to have is struct is okay. The structure name that we've just created in the previous video, okay, it was just something like struct date, curly brackets, and it was int day, int month, and int year, okay. If you do not remember exactly what it was, you may go to the previous video and to make sure of that. And basically, there you go, you have created two variables of struct date type. Each of them, okay, if we will take a look, let's say just at my date one, okay, so that's the variable, and each of these variables contain as part of them some integers, okay, which are just these smaller boxes representing the day, the month, and the year. Awesome. So here you go, the variable name, like this one, okay, so that's the variable we created, and this variable is of type struct date, and we know that struct date is a template for a structure with three fields. The first one is day, the second is month, and the third is year. Amazing. So what we created is a new variable called myDate1 with three fields. Just make sure that you notice that all of them are not yet initialized, okay? So we don't know what will be their values. It's just like you created int day, int month, and int year. You don't know their values, that they are not yet have been initialized. All right, and now what I want to show you guys is how we can access two variables fields. So for example, we created some variable of some new type. Okay, where did it go? So we created this variable myDate1 with these three fields, and let's think of this myDate1 as a variable, a new box, a bigger box that contains three smaller boxes as part of a date, day, month, and year. So we have these inner boxes that we said that they are, if we talk officially, these are just the fields of this structure. So these variables, which are part of the bigger box, can be thought of smaller boxes. Okay, I'm just saying it once again. Think of this simple analogy and your life will be much easier in the terms of programming, okay, and in this course, that you understand this concept of boxes. Trust me, guys, I've taught a lot of students how to code, and this analogy really works. So if you, let's go back to our access. If you want to access one of these fields, okay, we know that currently they are not initialized, one of these inner boxes. If you want to access them, then it can be done just by using the dot notation. So first of all, you specify the variable name. You know that the variable name is not date, okay, and it's not struct date. Let's just refer to the struct template. We know that the variable name in this case is myDate1. So you specify my date one dot, okay, you put this point, and you specify the field name. And you know that by looking, if you're going to look at the structure template, you can see there every time you are going to use my date one, you always can see of the exact fields that a given structure has. So you know that this structure, my date one, is of a date structure type, and a date structure type consists of 3 fields: day, month, and year. So we are going to specify this field whatever we want to access. For example, if we want to access the day, we can specify it here, the month, the year, and so on. So finally, let's make this example. So my date one, the variable name, dot day, the name of the field, equals to 10. We are basically going to this variable, to the field of date, and put value of 10 inside. So my date one dot month equals to 3. You're going to do the same. My date one dot year, you're going to put here the value of year. That's basically how it works. That's basically how you access any of the fields of a given variable of some structure template. And we know that if we can read and access some values, okay, from a given place, we can basically use also the printf command to print the values to the screen, okay? So for example, if you want to print these values to the screen, you may use like something like that. Let's just put it here where it is. Come here. Okay, so you may go like printf, okay, so printf, specify here, I don't know, %d, okay, and instead of that %d, you may specify this value, okay. For example, if you want to print the day, so you specify my date one dot day here, and it will be replaced with this placeholder of %d. So that's how you print the value, since you know how to access it, and also since you know how to access a given, let's say, cell inside of this, a given field inside of this variable, you can also use a scanf function to read values from the user. And what you're going simply to do, if you want to read a given value from the user and to place it inside of this field, of the day field, so you specify scanf %d and just use an ampersand here before the value you want to access to fill it. So my suggestion to you guys is make sure that you understand everything that we spoke about in this video, and also make sure you open up your IDE and give it a little bit of practice and run a couple of commands and make sure that you can see everything as it should be. So until next time, keep on practicing, keep on moving forward, and guys, you are bound to succeed. I wish you a good day.